Australian desert, the fierce snake hunts for prey. It carries in its armament less than 2,000th of an ounce of venom, with a potency that could kill 250,000 mice. Why this snake needs the animal equivalent of an atom bomb in its mouth, no one really knows. But without the limbs and claws of other predators, snakes have had to find other ways to be sure of a kill. Snakes have been around for more than 100 million years longer than modern humans. Except for the polar regions and a few islands, they have spread throughout the world. Religion has endowed snakes with mystical powers, invoking human emotions from reverence to outright fear. Snakes live among us, yet we find it difficult to accept their presence near our homes, whether we see them or not. This corn snake, however, is totally harmless. Although all snakes have the same fundamental body plan, there are wide variations on the theme. Measuring up to 29 feet in length, the green anaconda is almost 10 times longer than the typical corn snake. And at 440 pounds, it is 7,000 times heavier than the blind snake, which belongs to the family that includes the smallest snake in the world. There are around 2,700 different species of snakes. 70% of them hatch from eggs. Others are born live after struggling to break free from a membranous egg sac. Venom and fangs are found in only 1/4 of all known snakes. But all species have methods of attack and defense that are adapted to habitats ranging from rainforest to desert. This is the tail of the cantle snake. Or if you're a frog, it's a worm. But not for long. Once tempted, the frog is turned from predator to prey in a single pounce. Snakes live by stealth, speed, and sheer power. the tops of trees to the depths of oceans, snakes have turned an apparent disadvantage into an evolutionary success. Creatures without limbs, they are the surprise and sometimes fearsome survivors. In the realm of the senses, snakes seem particularly ill-equipped. This cobra is not actually hypnotized by the snake charmer's music. In fact, it can't hear it like us at all. Lacking an external ear and with a poorly developed middle ear, it picks up vibrations only if its lower jaw is in contact with the ground. And with relatively poor eyesight, the cobra fixes its gaze on movement. In pit vipers, like the rattlesnake, vision is supplemented by two concave heat sensors just below the eyes. These so-called pits are lined with tiny receptor cells, sensitive to changes in temperature of 0.002 of a degree Fahrenheit. In its desert habitat, a rattlesnake can tell the difference between a warm breeze and the heat given off by its potential prey. The brain takes this information and combines it with visual images to precisely locate its prey. It's so accurate, it will have a near 100% success rate when it strikes. The importance of sight varies enormously between snake species. The blind snake has a degenerated eye, just a light receptive cell. The eyes of many nocturnal snakes are so sensitive that they contract the iris to a slit during the day. Most snakes are unable to focus their eyes the way humans do. Instead, they move the lens in and out like a camera. The long-nosed tree snake is the only snake that can focus by changing the shape of its lens. It can also see in 3D. The uniquely grooved skull allows the snake's eyes to converge forward.
Sully is only 8 years old. His father died, leaving him to provide for his family. He kills rats, and though they're filled with disease, the family must eat them or starve. He's constantly sick from drinking contaminated water, but Sully has no choice. He must hunt the rats so his family can survive another day. Basizin's life was not dissimilar to Sully's until someone sponsored him through World Vision. Now he and his community have the basics they need to build a better life. If you're looking for a world where no one has to live like this, then sponsor a child like Sully and help change their world. It will be the most positive and rewarding way to start the new year. Please visit our website or call World Vision on 13 32 40 today.
There's a better place to discover the thrill of electricity. The Megawatt exhibition at ScienceWorks.
Buller's been making quality dairy food for 5 generations, so we reckon we know a winner when we see it. New Buller Light Ice Cream. It's 98% fat-free with that great Buller ice cream taste. Buller. Judge it for yourself.
Let's go to McDonald's! Yeah!
McDonald's goes monster mad with the new movie Monsters Inc. with frighteningly delicious food like the Monster Burger, soft serve Monster ice cream sundae, Monster fries and Coke, and the McDonald's Happy Meal. But hurry, they won't be here forever.
Last season, it all ended with a cliffhanger. Did they or didn't they? This season, what could possibly come between them?
I was wondering if I could just crash at your place tonight.
Well, apart from her and him.
Carol Vestry, right?
Vessie.
Vesney?
Vessie.
Vessie.
Carol Vessie.
Now that's chemistry. The new season of Ed, coming soon to 10.
Snakes can taste air and the odors it carries. A specialized apparatus called the Jacobson's organ is found in all reptiles. In snakes, the twin tips of the tongue pull scent molecules from the air and deposit them into the organ, passing information to the brain. So despite its relatively poor vision, a corn snake's Jacobson's organ allows it to track a mouse with rapid flicks of the tongue. For the green anaconda, the hunting tools are the same. It's the prey that varies. A mouse would hardly satisfy a 29-foot anaconda, but a dwarf caiman might. This relative of the alligator is an imposing challenge. The anaconda is not deterred. Relying on its immense strength, the anaconda squeezes the life out of its helpless prey. But how is it possible for a snake to devour an animal that is larger than its mouth? An early development in the evolution of snakes was the reconstruction of their heads. The jawbones and skull became held together by elastic ligaments rather than fixed tightly to one another. This enabled snakes to widen their jaws and expand the capacity of their mouths. They also divided the jaw at the chin, allowing it to separate and open further. They used their backward-pointing teeth to grip their prey, rather than chew or tear like other predators. A more recent advance in the evolutionary story of snakes is the development of fangs. Just a quarter of all snake species devised enlarged teeth with a groove or hollow tube through the middle similar to a hypodermic needle. They could now deliver venom. Venom is produced by modified salivary glands found in the top of the snake's mouth. A mixture of proteins, venom can destroy tissue or attack nerve and muscle function. As this gaboon viper strikes, the dying rat's heart pumps venom around its body. The snake can now wait and track down the dead rat using its Jacobson's organ. The king cobra is the world's largest venomous snake, growing to over 16 feet. It preys mostly on other snakes, even venomous ones. The mangrove snake delivers a mild venom through a set of small fangs toward the back of its mouth. The cobra, however, injects its potent venom with fangs toward the front of its mouth. Although small in comparison to the gaboon viper's inch-long fangs, the king cobras are no less effective. As it strikes, the cobra holds on tight, ensuring the venom finds its mark. Within minutes, the mangrove is dead. Snakes are not just predators, they are prey and have inventive ways of defense. This red-spitting cobra projects venom towards its attacker's eyes. A Cape cobra can't spit, but it can play a game of illusion. Sometimes, however, it turns into a game of double bluff. In South Africa, meerkats prey on small snakes, but will take on a cobra to defend their young. The Cape cobra spreads its hood to make itself appear larger than it really is. These are the colors of danger. They belong to the poisonous coral snake. But this snake, the tantilla, has similar color markings. The coral snake, however, sees through the disguise. Other snakes are better mimics. These colors belong to a group of snakes known as the false corals. As near-perfect replicas, they are much more likely to fool predators, some of the time. As the old American saying goes, red to black, venom lack. Red to yellow kills a fellow.
Not only is Alex fighting off a guy she's not into,
Why can't someone I like invite me away for the weekend?
That never happens.
she's fighting something else.
Have you ever slept with Horn?
Secret Life, 8:30 tonight and tomorrow on 10.
Some of Australia's most beautiful and popular homes are about to become even more popular in the Henley Properties sale. The price of every home in the Henley range has been slashed with savings of up to $18,000. Everything else remains the same. Only our prices have dropped. Dramatically. The Henley property sale. Not an opportunity to be missed.
Henley would like to thank our suppliers and tradespeople for making this offer possible.
It's a long, comfortable summer at Guests Furniture with huge savings at our summer sale. Like the superb Bahama all-leather sofa, just $1,299. Look for the Guests Furniture summer sale catalogue, out now.
Pantene introduces the Hydrating Curls collection. Get up to 80% more defined curls in just 10 days. Pantene Pro V Curl Care Collection for the healthy-looking hair you love.
Look what's at Hungry Jack's this summer. The world's zaniest family, the Simpsons. A totally cool collection of beach puzzle pieces, featuring a playful Homer, a surfing Bart, the hula dancing Marge and Lisa, and the dolphin riding Maggie. They go together to make up this fun beach scene. Collect a new piece every time you grab a delicious Kids Club meal. Makes me hungry just thinking about it.
The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
Camera House can show me
a sizzling summer sale with the stylish compact Rolly X125 Zoom at only $299. Now that's a sizzler.
Camera House can show me.
The price of every Henley home has been slashed with savings of up to $18,000. Everything else remains the same, only our prices have dropped. Dramatically. The Henley properties sale. Now on.
So what do women really want?
I want inner peace, world peace. Johnny Depp, a big piece.
Find out in the special that wowed Australia. What women want.
Ask us on Friday, we might have a different answer.
9:30 tonight.
All 2,700 or so snake species of today are descended from one common ancestor. Unfortunately, the fossil record is so poor that little is known about the details of snake evolution. Some of the best clues lie in the evidence of the present day rather than the fragmented remains of the past. Consider the Bushmaster. Although he barely survived a Bushmaster's bite, Dean Ripa continues to collect and study this rarest of snakes. Until recently, the scarcity of the Bushmaster meant that it was poorly understood.
One problem that the zoos have had is trying to obtain good specimens. And that's kind of where I came in and how I found myself collecting Bushmasters and able to support myself while I was doing it. So I spent months and months in rainforest just looking for Bushmasters and catching them in a way that wouldn't hurt them. The Bushmaster is basically found over most of South America and parts of Central America. It requires a specific environment, and that's best met in a cool, dark, humid area like a rainforest. Well, the Bushmaster certainly is the ultimate snake, in that it is so unique and so strange to most of the other snakes. And its rarity, of course, makes it the ultimate thing for herpetologists to go out and find. It is the largest of all vipers, and perhaps the heaviest of all poisonous snakes, reaching a weight of in excess of 40 pounds. It's the only New World pit viper that lays eggs. It has a spine in its tail, which is completely unique to that genus, which it vibrates in the sticks or leaves to produce a warning sound like a rattlesnake. I think I must have been about 27 when I caught my first Bushmaster. I was alone in Suriname, in a rainforest area, and at night. I had no gear or equipment, and I simply had to freehand it and throw it into my suitcase. One case I was chased, the Bushmaster left a safe burrow and actually pursued me a distance of about 10 meters through the forest. This snake sometimes is a very dangerous customer. Basically, the idea is to capture it with the least amount of stress onto the snake so that it will survive transport and will survive long enough to breed for you. You, of course, bear in mind that it's all still a matter of luck.
Good job. Good job. Success.
You may walk for 2 days and find one, or you may walk for 3 months and not see one.
Back in the United States, Dean Ripa has successfully bred the blackhead bushmaster and now has over 40 specimens in captivity. Dean's experience with these snakes led him to believe that there may be more than one species. By studying his own snakes, he began to suspect that the South American and the Central American bushmasters were entirely different, based on variations in body structure. Harry Green and Kelly Zamudio at Berkeley were testing a similar idea. By studying Bushmaster DNA, they came up with some startling results. What was once considered a single species, they actually found to be 3. This gives us a key to understanding how present-day snakes evolved.
What we have on the screen are the sequences of 3 snakes, and on the bottom we have the 2 Central American forms, and on the top we have the South American form. And I've put these 3 up just to contrast, because if we move through the DNA here, move through the sequences, we can see that there's a very high similarity between the 2 Central American forms, but large differences between the 2 Central American forms and the South American form. The 2 Central American forms aren't identical, though. If you scroll through the DNA here, you can see that there are also some differences, not quite as many as differences from the South American forms, but there are also some differences between the 2 Central American forms. Okay, so from these raw data, the sequences and the differences between the different subspecies, we can reconstruct an evolutionary tree that clearly indicates the relationship between the subspecies and the evolutionary history of the species as a whole.
The South American bushmasters were separated from those in Central America by the uplifting of the Andes over 12 million years ago. Then a mountain chain running down the middle of what is now Costa Rica separated the Central American bushmasters, resulting in the evolution of 3 separate species of snake. Geographic isolation forces all animals to evolve on their own separate paths. Scientists can start to follow those paths back into snakes' evolutionary past by studying DNA, the building blocks of life.
The origin of snakes is a little bit muddied. It certainly is something that happened over 100 million years ago. We feel pretty confident now that snakes arose from within a group of lizards.
Whatever those lizards were, at some critical point, they are thought to have become burrowing creatures, prompting a fundamental change in body plan.
If you look among these groups of lizards, the loss of limbs and elongation of the body is something that happened evolutionarily over and over again, probably dozens of times. And it's as if certain groups of lizards have experimented with losing their legs and becoming elongate, crawling creatures. Most of those experiments don't seem to go very far. We only have a few species remaining today. One of them really took off, and that's snakes.
The remains of that successful experiment can be seen near the tail of this python skeleton. Tiny spurs that were once hind legs actually protrude through the skin of living pythons. But to get around, snakes have come to rely on a complex system of muscle fibers and tendons wrapped around as many as 300 ribs. Flexing particular muscles allows snakes to move in several ways. Large, bulky snakes move similarly to caterpillars, as a wave of muscle activity travels from head to tail. Called rectilinear locomotion, it involves gripping the ground with the edges of their belly scales and dragging themselves forward.
There's been an accident. Someone is badly hurt. What do you do?
He's not gonna make it.
What the hell are you doing?
This man will save a life.
Nice job, doctor. He's not a doctor. He knew nothing beyond his basic first aid.
That's not the only life he'll save. But Wednesday, mystery isn't the only thing on Declan's mind.
Let's not let this proposal thing get between us, okay?
An outcome you never expected.
So what are you gonna tell her?
I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet.
8:30 Wednesday on Mysterious Ways.
We are free to be free.
It's on now, Zammell's Scorcher of a Summer Sale. The coolest jewels at the hottest prices in town. Up to 50% off absolutely everything. Look, 9-carat chains, 2 styles, $249. 9-carat bangles, $139. This guy's pulsar chronograph is 50% below recommended retail at just $142. And 9-carat Italian earrings, you choose $49 a pair. What a scorcher, what a sale.
Look for the Zammell sign.
Zammell's Jewelers.
Spend $250 on your Coles Myer card in one day at Myer and pay no interest or repayments until July 2002. Excludes electrical, furniture, bedding, conditions and exclusions apply. See in-store for details.
Get into monster madness at McDonald's. Try our Monster Burger with layers of tantalizing taste, sweet chili sauce and a delicious slice of bacon. But hurry, it won't last long.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
It's happy days with Hyundai's drive away deals. You can drive away with no more to pay. Plus make no repayments for 6 months. Santa Fe all-wheel drive with alloys and air from $29,990. Drive away. 1.8 Elantra sedan with CD and air from $19,990. Drive away. Accent, voted Australia's best small car again from only $14,990. Drive away. Now that'll make you smile.
Happy days.
Hello, it's Chris.
And Mari.
Our fields are full of Celtic Cascades.
The weeping tree you can't kill.
We have to sell.
6-foot Celtic Cascades, $19.90.
Our fields are full of standard roses.
3 and 4 foot, $19.90.
Mondo's the border you never have to trim. Tray of 20, $29.50.
Fill your garden with colour.
We have to sell.
5 punnets for $10. Check out our new plant products and specials at
hello.com.au and visit us in Emerald.
Snakes have adapted their limited methods of locomotion to work in a wide variety of habitats. Through their unique evolution, snakes have proven that you don't need limbs to run, to climb, to jump, or to swim. Living in the oceans presented the sea snake with a host of tricky adaptive challenges. A paddle-like tail and a keel that runs along its belly allow the sea snake to glide effortlessly through the water. A single lung that extends almost the full length of its body gives it buoyancy and allows it to dive up to 300 feet and on one breath remain underwater for up to 5 hours. To guarantee a rapid kill when hunting fish and eels, the sea snake packs a powerful venom that makes it more toxic than its closest family member, the cobra. Having adapted so well to the ocean, dry land is not an option for many sea snakes. Most sea snakes no longer have fully formed ventral scales that grip the ground and allow snakes to move and survive on land. The ventral scales are wide, flat belly scales. They're linked to the ribs by a series of muscles. Acting in concert with other belly scales, they perform like the treads on a tire, making their dragging movement possible. So effective are these scales that some snakes, like the corn snake, can climb vertically. Snake scales are actually part of the skin and not just a covering. They protect the snake while allowing for considerable elasticity and flexibility. But their uses may be as varied as their remarkable patterns and colors. Snakes constantly change their skin. Live cells beneath the surface separate and add to the cells above. As the old cells break down, the snake's outer skin thickens and is ready to be discarded. A transparent scale known as the brill and covering the eye takes on a milky hue, the clearest sign of the transformation to come. With the help of a log or rock to rub against, the snake literally crawls out of its skin in a process known as sloughing. Only a ghost-like trace of the snake's pattern and coloration is left in the sloughed skin. The pigment cells that give snakes their often brilliant colors remain with the snake itself.
Have you ever wondered what goes on inside the mind of a killer? Now you're gonna find out. In 2002, Channel 10 brings you a lineup of crime that's dramatically different. Law and Order, the new series. Multi-award winning, multifaceted. No other series takes you this far.
Life, death, you choose.
Special Victims Unit. Stories ripped straight from the headlines. No other series moves you this much.
Do you think I could ever hurt them?
And the new series that's taking the US by storm.
Bad guys do what good guys dream.
Criminal Intent gets you inside the mind of a killer. Find out the motives behind the murders. No other series gets you this involved. Intriguing homicides, gut-wrenching stories. Follow the clues. You work it out. This is a lineup you can't miss. Law and Order, SVU, and Criminal Intent. Coming soon to 10.
Let's go to McDonald's.
McDonald's goes monster mad with the new movie Monsters, Inc. with frighteningly delicious food like the Monster Burger, soft-serve Monster ice cream sundae, Monster fries and Coke, and the McDonald's Happy Meal. But hurry, they won't be here forever.
Max Keeble presents How to Take Fun to the Max.
Yeah!
Plan number 4, Food Fight. Max Keeble's Big Move.
Warning, the following scenes may offend some viewers. Enter the domain of the most notorious man-eater of all, larger than a minibus and weighing more than 2 tons. No other carnivore has the power to strike such deep terror into our souls. Silently moving through the ocean at more than 40 kilometers an hour, this majestic beast is one of the last great predators to roam the planet. Time, Life, and the BBC invite you to enter the hidden world of this mysterious creature with Great White Shark, the first title in the new Predators video collection. Venture beyond the cages and follow the great white into the open ocean with footage that reveals its natural behavior as never before captured on film. Call 1-300-360-399 now to start your collection for only $14.95. Witness the ruthless tactics of this killing machine as it strikes with total surprise and devastating speed from the murky depths. Pay by credit card and we'll send you a second video, Crocodile, absolutely free. See how these modern-day dinosaurs are still the most successful freshwater predators on the planet. Other titles in the series reveal how these shrewd hunters choose their prey, stalk their victims, and move in for the kill. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime. Feel the fear of being hunted by nature's most vicious killers and learn that in the wild, only the strong survive. Call 1-300-360-399 now and start your Predators collection with Great White Shark for only $14.95. Pay by credit card and you'll also receive Crocodile absolutely free. That's almost $60 value for only $14.95. Call 1-300-360-399 now.
At Coles.
Look out for a change we've made.
Right across the store.
All these quality products
Are at great value prices.
Every day.
So when you notice the change here,
You'll also notice the change here.
The red-sided garter snakes of North America deal with winter temperatures of minus 40 degrees by hiding underground in the thousands. In the warmth of spring, they emerge en masse.
To a geologist, this is a simple limestone sinkhole. But to a biologist, this is a gold mine.
Dr. Robert Mason has been studying these snakes for over 15 years and has solved many of the puzzles of their curious life cycle.
Well, here we are in a limestone pit, approximately the size of an average living room, and I'm surrounded by 15,000 red-sided garter snakes. These snakes afford an outstanding opportunity to study some very difficult questions because these numbers here are just unprecedented. You'll never see numbers of snakes like this anywhere else in the world. There are several things that are involved with the overwintering of these garter snakes. Most animals, when they come out in the spring, they have the luxury of time. These garter snakes don't have that luxury of time, and so they kind of cheat the system in a little way. And by that, I mean the male garter snakes produce their sperm in the fall, and they store it over the winter, and then when they come out of hibernation in the spring, they're ready to go immediately, and they immediately can court and fertilize a female. Females, they're cheating the system as well. These snakes, not only can they store sperm for 6 weeks, these females are noted for storing sperm for literally years. So years from now, this female could produce viable offspring from a mating several years earlier.
As the female emerges from the den, she is approached by dozens of potential suitors. Attracted by her unique scent, the males rub their chins against the female in the hope of stimulating her. They create what is known as a mating ball around a single female, a mass competition in which there can be few winners. This one female may be their only chance to mate this year.
How does the female, for instance, choose that lucky male among the hundreds of suitors? Currently, we just don't have a good feeling for that. In many other species of mammals, for instance, the big males are the ones that mate with the females. In the case of the garter snakes, that's just not so. Sometimes we find large females mating with small males and vice versa. So there are some other cues that are important to garter snakes that enable females to choose the proper mate. The females, after they leave this den, will disperse out into the fields and marshes where they'll feed over the summer, and that's where they're going to give birth at the end of August. The babies are born live, and there's a mystery with these babies. There's a lost year, we call it, because in the fall, immediately after giving birth, the females and the males, the adult males, will return to these same dens. But the babies are a mystery. We don't know where the babies are. There are no first-year snakes in this den. So where are they? Where do they overwinter that first year? That's a great mystery to us, and we want to try to figure that out.
In most other species, like these Australian black snakes, rival males will fight each other one-on-one for the right to mate. But this combat can be a remarkably civilized affair, more ritualized dance than deadly battle. In the pine barrens of North Carolina, the corn snake emerges from its winter burrow. It is spring, and he is ready to mate. With snakes, mating is an act of sinuous grace and beauty. Around a month after mating, the female corn snake lays her eggs in a secure hollow. Parental care ends here. The corn snake embryos develop inside the protective leathery shell. After about 2 months, the young corn snakes break through their shells. Some emerge immediately. Others may wait several days before heading out alone.
Alex is about to face a dilemma.
So do you want to come?
A weekend away with a stalker.
Wait till you see how she deals with it.
Secret Life is next.
What are we gonna do?
Go to McDonald's?
It could be any Saturday at fields and parks all over Australia. And although they might not know it yet, they'll look back on days like these as some of the happiest days of their lives. And so will their kids. So McDonald's would like to thank the parents for making Saturdays the best days ever.
The price of some designer furniture doesn't leave much change for anything else. But then again, you could always visit the Dare Gallery January sale. Dare Gallery, where right now everything's reduced.
There's a car with a powerful 1.8-litre, 100-kilowatt VVTi engine that just says, move on over. A car with precision handling that you can trust. And that car is... a Corolla? The all-new Toyota Corolla.
It isn't.
It is.
It isn't.
No.
Yes.
Put a Red Rooster Big Schnitzel Burger on your menu.
The big taste of real chicken breast fillet contrasted with lettuce, tomato, mayo, cheese and barbecue sauce, all held together in a massive 5-inch sesame seed bun. It's a burger so big, it's only available on widescreen. Red Rooster's Big Schnitzel Burger, only $3.95. You try and fit one in. Only at Red Rooster.
Whenever you meet someone, you're only going to see the inner beauty.
What you see isn't always what you get.
There's Rosemary.
Holy cow!
I saw a knockout. I don't care what anybody else saw. I fell in love with Rosemary.
Shallow hell.
Throughout human history, snakes have been the object of myths and legend, often as demons. In the Garden of Eden, evil was embodied in the form of the snake, condemned forever by God to crawl on its belly. It has always been tempting for humans to mythologize snakes. It's not hard to see why. The ancestors of snakes emerged from an evolutionary experiment which left them without limbs. Yet they're one of the great success stories of the natural world.
Snakes have been around on the earth for millions of years, and as far as I can tell, they should be around for millions more years. As long as they're not interfered with, there's no reason to believe they wouldn't. They're exquisitely well adapted to the environment they live in. Given the opportunity, they should be going on for millions more years.
Mayhem, misadventure, and Mexico. Angela Lansbury is back to sniff out the suspects on a mysterious journey that has more twists and turns than the train she's travelling on. Murder, She Wrote, South by Southwest, premieres 8:30 Sunday. Next, Secret Life of Us.